Don't ever be upset about the results you didn't get for the work that you didn't do. Don't be upset about the results you didn't get for the work you didn't do. We talk a lot about ownership, extreme ownership, taking responsibility, and this is definitely another category of it, but it's just so important to understand. I catch so many people who are upset about the way they're living, their standards of life at the moment, but they don't think to look at their schedule and their calendar and see what have they actually done to change it. I've said this before also, and I'll say it again. Whatever your life looks like, whatever results you have or don't have in your life are a direct reflection of you and the work that you've put in or chosen not to put in. So don't ever be upset about the results you didn't get for work that you didn't do. One of the most frustrating parts of leadership is having the formula. And the formula to success, I've said this also before, it's not complicated. There's books about it, but people just don't follow it. And they say they want to accomplish things, but then the actions aren't following. But the frustrating part is they look at the lifestyle of people they look up to, mentors, and they want the fun aspects of the life without the discipline. So they'll look at me and say, wow, Shane gets to travel. He has nice things. He goes on all these awesome trips and gets to have all these great experiences. And they want to skip to that part without realizing that when I was their age, I was living in a single apartment with one of my best friends who put up a loft in the living room. We sectioned off the living room with curtains, like we put a bar across, a string across, and curtains. He built a loft and he had his desk. And what I would do is I'd rent out my room, the only bedroom in the house. I'd rent it out to Airbnb for like $30 a night, dirt cheap, because it was somebody living in a single apartment with two other guys there. And when my room was booked, I'd go sleep under his loft on a yoga mat. That was to help pay the rent. I mean, I could go on and on about the ways that we scrapped and tried to save when we were younger, because we understood even when I started making money, I understood the value of it's not what you make, it's how much you keep. So we lived poor. I lived poor for a very long time to have the lifestyle that I have. And that was a long time. I did that we lived in that apartment for 3 or 4 years. It's so frustrating. It really is. When I see people who haven't done really anything yet, skipping steps. You can't skip steps in the process. If you skip steps in the process, you're building a tower of sand. Weak foundation. It's going to come crumbling down eventually. The only reason I get to do what I get to do is because of the years and years of discipline. When I lived with my buddy Mario, we would literally work I'd wake up at 5:45 to get to the gym at 6, and then we'd keep working until midnight. I grinded every waking moment from Sunday until Friday night at 6 p.m., right after our last info. And from Friday at 6 p.m. until Saturday, at 10 or 11, I would have fun. And then Sunday, phone time, back to work. And, I see people who are complaining about how they don't have enough money and they don't like this and they don't like that. And then you go watch TV or you go out and you go have fun. You can't skip the discipline and get to the fun stuff. Now, the fun stuff comes when you stay disciplined. If you're only working for the weekends, if you're only working for the party after 6 p.m., you're never going to make it. I promise you. You're never going to get to where you want to get to, or at least where you say you want to get to. Don't get upset about the results you don't have for the work that you didn't do.